Previously on the Celebrity World Championship.
He what? What the hell do you mean Obama lost?
Yes sir, it's true. Mr. Barack Obama lost to Ultron in the semi-finals of the tournament.
You still have the loser's bracket, do you not? It's the perfect opportunity for Obama to redeem himself and claw his way back to the finals.
Anyway, I hope that you all are ready because we're about to begin our special losers tournament.
Why don't I set the temperature by summoning Manju of the 10,000 hands? And when he's summoned onto the field, his ability lets me retrieve a ritual spell to my hand. But this was supposed to be my chance at redeeming myself.
I'm sure it was, Ramsey, but I'm afraid redemption isn't on the menu for you. Now, Dark Lord Zerato, wipe out his life points with dark prominence.
That's the end of our show, folks. Stay tuned for our next Redeem match that'll see 2 more of your favorite duelists get another chance to shine.
I still don't get it, Barack. How the hell did you lose to that tin can? You had that shit on a silver platter, and yet you still managed to fumble at the end.
For the last f***ing time, Joe, how was I supposed to predict that he'd play a card even older than you?
Hey, now, don't sleep on the OG cards, Barack. Nothing wrong with going a little old school to keep your enemies on their toes.
Except when the literal fate of the f***ing world is on the line, Bill. If we can't count on Obama to defeat Ultron, then who the hell are we supposed to believe in?
All we can do is have faith that Donald can pull through for us.
Just hearing you say that shit makes me want to throw up.
Yeah, I know. Gonna take me a while to process it too. But as much of a douchebag as he is, even I can't deny that he's got the skill. He won't let us down.
Well, if you ask me, Obama, I'm sure you did everything you could. Sometimes the cards just don't go your way, and that's on them, not on you.
Spoken like a loser who couldn't get past the first round.
You want to run that by me again, you geriatric f***?
Is that the best you've got, Billy boy? Or should I call you Willie Won't? Because apparently that's all you're good for nowadays.
Can't you both stop acting like children and grow the f*** up for once?
Well, look what the wrinkled cat dragged in. It's about damn time you showed up, Hilly Billy.
And miss the day when you finally remember the name of your own wife? I wouldn't dream of it.
Real funny, Hillmonger. I'll be sure to tell Joanna.
Joe.
I mean Jill. You said that.
It's great to see you, though, honey. I was starting to get a bit worried after you locked yourself in your room after Trump beat you.
You look like you've been doing some hard training.
Like you wouldn't believe. I can't wait to show you guys how much I've improved if I get a shot at these Redeem matches.
I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you. You're not enough of a draw for the ratings, Hillinator.
How many f***ing nicknames do you have for me?
As many as I have for Obama.
I swear to God, if you ever call me Chocolate Thunder again, I'm throwing this coffee in your face.
What's wrong with Chocolate Thunder?
Anyway, what'd you talk with Trump about, Obama? You disappeared yesterday to go speak with him, right?
You don't need to worry about that. Trump and I just came to a little agreement of sorts is all.
Well, whatever it was, it's thanks to that we can get our licks back. If we end up dueling against each other, honey, I won't go easy on you.
I'm sorry, sweetie, but trust me when I say you do not want any part of what I am right now.
It's cute that you both think you're still relevant in the world of dueling.
Shut it!
Well, whoever among us it ends up being, no hard feelings. And let the best duelist win.
And that'll be me!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Redeem Matches, where fallen duelists rise for a shot at glory and pride. I'm Jenna Starlight, and once again, I'm joined by my co-host, the one and only Dr. Phil.
Thanks for having me, Jenna. I gotta say, it's been a wild ride so far in these Redeem matches, hasn't it?
It sure has, Doctor. Yesterday, we were treated to a thrilling duel between Darth Vader and Gordon Ramsay, which saw our favorite Lord of the Sith come out on top. I'm sure your counseling helped him out a lot in his victory.
I can't take all the credit, Jenna. Darth has really come a long way, and I'm very proud of him. To be honest, though, I'm far more interested in whether or not you'll let him take you out on a date.
The jury's still out on that, Doctor. But JB always taught me to never turn down a free meal from a man. So I may just take him up on that offer.
Lucky son of a bitch.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
Well, all right then. Why don't we move on to today's main attraction and see which 2 duelists will be gracing the arena?
Sounds like a plan to me.
It seems the computer has spoken. In today's match, we'll be witnessing a clash of titans between former President Joe Biden and former President Barack Obama.
Before we get to that, Jenna, can you explain something that's been bugging me?
I'll certainly try my best. What's on your mind?
I'm just wondering why the randomizer is showing both Ben Shapiro and Mike Tyson when we know the former is in a coma and the latter is, well, dead.
I honestly have no idea and have been wondering the same thing. Maybe the producers forgot. There's also the question of why Elon Musk isn't up there, but it's above my pay grade to ask.
Maybe it's some spiritual sign that Ben and Mike are having their own duel in the world beyond this one.
Your imagination sure likes to run wild, doesn't it, Doctor? In any case, now this is certainly a dream matchup that our fans in the audience have been waiting for since the start of the tournament.
You can say that again. And while I'm excited for the duel, I'm honestly more so looking forward to seeing the trash talking between these two.
I hear you there. They're known for having quite the colorful vocabulary. Any predictions on who'll come out on top, Doctor?
That's a tough one, Jenna. Both of them have shown exceptional dueling skills, but if I had to pick, I'd have to favor Obama in this matchup. He was one of the semi-finalists for a reason, and if it wasn't for Ultron pulling that card out of his ass, he'd be the one in the finals right now.
A fair assessment, Doctor. Personally, I think Joe's got a real chance to pull off the upset. He's the only duelist in this tournament that's managed to push Ultron to the brink of defeat, and I'm sure he's learned a lot from his loss. But whatever the outcome of today's match, we're guaranteed to witness one hell of a show. Now then, are both contestants ready to begin?
I'm ready.
Let's get to it.
Then without further ado, it's time to duel.
Duel. Be honest with me, Obama. Are you really surprised that it ended up being the two of us?
Not in the slightest. I do feel kind of bad for Hillary and Bill, though.
Don't be. Now's our chance to show those two amateurs how this game is really played.
You ready to give these people one hell of a show, Joe?
You bet your sweet American ass I am. You better bring your A game, Obama, because Hill Diesel ain't the only one who's been putting in work in the lab. I've learned a lot since that rust bucket knocked me out of the tournament, and I'm not going to let that shit happen again.
Well, good for you. But be careful, because I might have a few surprises of my own in store.
Trust me, after I heard what went down in those Diddy freak-offs, nothing can surprise me anymore. Now, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to be the one to kick off our duel if that's all right.
Be my guest. It'll give me a chance to remind you why they called me No Drama Bumma.
I much prefer Chocolate Thunder, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. Now quit stalling and show me what you've got, Joe.
You asked for it, big dog. Now you know it wouldn't be right for me to start a duel without my favorite spell card. Polymerization. And with it, I'll fuse Liquid Soldier and Vision Hero Yvonne in order to freeze you out of the competition with my Elemental Hero Absolute Zero. And since Liquid Soldier was used for a fusion summon, its ability lets me draw 2 cards as long as I discard one in my hand. I'll then set this card face down and let you get your lick in.
Don't mind if I do. Since you've opened with one of your favorite cards, it's only right that I do the same. So I'll also be activating Polymerization. And with it, I'll be fusing my Dark Magician with my Dark Magician Girl. You shut the hell up! Thank you. Now, like I was saying, I'll be fusing my Dark Magician with my Dark Magician Girl in order to fusion summon the Dark Magicians. I'll then set this monster face down onto the field and proceed to battle. Now, my magicians, why don't you give our good friend Joe here a nice warm welcome with Dark Twilight Attack.
That attack's gonna cost you, Obama, because I hope you didn't expect my monster to leave the field without a parting gift, because when Absolute Zero leaves the field, every monster on your field goes bye-bye. And that's not the only surprise I've got in store for you, because I'll also be activating my trap, Hero Signal. And since one of my monsters was just destroyed, this card lets me call up a level 4 hero monster. So say hello to Elemental Hero Blazeman. And you know what happens when Blazeman hits the field. I can nab me a good old polymerization. How did you enjoy the frosty taste of my hero's hospitality, Obama?
Pretty bland, honestly. Reminds me of the 4 years you spent in office.
Bite me!
Hard pass on that. I'd rather sink my teeth into your life points because since the Dark Magicians was just destroyed, its special ability lets me special summon not just the Dark Magician, but also his apprentice, the Dark Magician Girl.
I think you mean his wife.
Do you see a ring on that finger? Because I sure don't.
Maybe he's just shy. It took me forever to finally ask Suzanne.
Joe.
Jill. Out on a date. And look how that turned out.
Well, let's just hope my monsters have a better love story than yours. But back to the game. I'll now be activating the effect of Witch of the Black Forest you also destroyed, allowing me to add Magician's Soul to my hand. And since it's still my battle phase, my Dark Magician girl can wipe out your Blazeman. And now that your field's emptier than a Republican's bank account, my Dark Magician can slam you for some damage. I'll then set this card face down and end my turn.
I draw. Pretty slick move there, Ojama. You were already aware of Absolute Zero's destruction ability, so you used it to your advantage by playing 2 monsters that would give you cards in the process of getting smoked. You've taken your game up a notch since the last time we dueled.
What can I say? Losing to Ultron has made me a more cautious man. But let's see if you've got what it takes to keep up with me, Joe.
Oh, I'll be doing more than just keeping up, Obama, because I plan to leave you in my democratic dust once I summon Elemental Hero Stratos. And thanks to his special ability, I can grab any Elemental Hero from my deck. They say old habits die hard. So I'll be running back Polymerization in order to fuse Elemental Hero Stratos and Elemental Hero Clayman in order to fusion summon Elemental Hero Sunrise. And now that Sunrise has taken the stage, I can use his ability to add a Miracle Fusion to my arsenal. Now get ready, because I'll be using Miracle Fusion in order to banish both Blazeman and Clayman from my graveyard in order to bring some heat into this duel. Elemental Hero Nova Master. And don't forget, thanks to Sunrise's ability, every monster on my field gains a little stimulus boost. Now let's battle! Barbecue that deadbeat of a boyfriend Nova Master. And just in case you had any funny ideas of using that face down, you better think again, because thanks to Sunrise's second ability, since I declared an attack with another monster this turn, he can pop that little eyesore.
Well, it's a good thing for me that destruction doesn't mean negation, because I'll be activating Magic Cylinder.
Damn it!
And like a good politician, I'll be redirecting that attack straight back at you.
You may have swerved that attack, but Sunrise is still in the game, and that means I can still wipe the Magician's groupie off the map.
I take offense to that statement, Joe. You should know better than anyone that every woman deserves respect.
Not when they're coming for my life points, they don't. Man, women, child, or even gender non-binary. They're getting this work if they mess with the Bidester. Now get your game on.
I draw. At least you're honest, Joe. It's what makes you you.
Damn straight.
And speaking of honest, I've got to be careful now that he's got an honest Neos in his hand. Confronting him directly would be the dumbest thing I could do when he's got a card like that at the ready. I gotta get him to waste it. And I think I might have just the perfect bait to trick that old fart into doing just that. I think I'll play things cautious this round and switch my Dark Magician into defense mode. I'll also set this card face down and call it a turn.
I draw. He must really think I'm stupid if he thinks I can't see what he's trying to do. He's definitely trying to get me to waste the honest Neos in my hand, since we both know he can't stop it. Whatever that face-down card is, it won't save him from the Enforcer. Get ready, Ojama, because I'm about to turn your ass flipped upside down with a spell. Fusion Destiny.
And what does that do?
I'm glad you asked, my soon-to-be roasted friend, because with Fusion Destiny, I can now use monsters from either my hand or deck to fusion summon a brand new hero. So I'll be fusing Destiny Hero Plasma and Destiny Hero Denier in order to fusion summon the newest MVP of my squad, Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer.
Since when did you start playing Destiny Heroes?
Shocker, ain't it? I actually went back and rewatched a few episodes of GX, and as I saw Aster Phoenix tear Jaden's asshole apart during their first match, I just knew I had to incorporate these bad boys into my deck. And now your ass is grass, Obama, because one of Phoenix Enforcer's abilities allows him to reduce the attack of every monster you have on the field by 200 points for every hero card in my graveyard.
Well, that's rather unfair.
Fair? We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, Barack. Fairness left the room the moment Yugi was able to destroy the fucking moon with his stone soldier.
Season 1 really was on some next level bullshit, huh?
You can say that again, but enough distractions. Let's get back to this poetic-ass beating by activating Phoenix Enforcer's second ability.
God damn it, not another one.
Now by destroying a card I control, I'm allowed to also destroy a card you control, an equivalent exchange if you will. And I'm sure you can guess which card on your field I'm about to pick.
All too well, old buddy. But just like before, you won't be able to stop its activation because I'm choosing to activate the spell, Soul Servant.
You clever bastard.
Now thanks to this, I can send Palladium Oracle Mahad straight to the top of my deck.
Well, since your face down turned out to be a dud, I suppose I'll have to change the target of Phoenix Enforcer's ability to your Dark Magician. And with nothing left on your field to stop me, we coming for that ass, Obama.
Pause.
Now get his ass, Nova Master. Don't forget Sunrise as well.
Sorry, Joe, but it looks like your Sunrise is lacking in the clutch gene to finish me off.
Well, why don't I change that with a good old honest Neos injection? This'll boost his attack by 2,500 points for the rest of this turn. Looks like this duel belongs to me, Barack, unless on the off chance you got a Kuriboh in your hand. You don't have a Kuriboh on you, right?
I activate the effect of Kuriboh.
God fucking damn it!
And by discarding him from my hand, I can negate the battle damage of your attack. Too bad for you, Joe. You sacrificed your precious little enforcer for nothing.
Just keep talking that hot junk, Ojama. It'll make the stupid look on your face next turn all the more sweeter.
I draw. And since I just drew a Palladium Oracle Mahad straight from my deck, its ability lets me immediately special summon him.
So that's the reason you use Soul Servant. I see you were thinking 2 steps ahead.
As always.
But unfortunately for you, I was 3 steps ahead.
You what?
Say hello again to my Phoenix Enforcer.
The fuck? How'd you bring him back?
Come on, Barack. You should know that a Phoenix never truly dies. It will always rise from its ashes. And in my Enforcer's case, if he's ever destroyed in battle or by a card effect, he can return to the field at the start of the next turn.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's some broken ass shit.
Normally I'd agree with you, but since I'm the one using them, you can suck my left nutsack. Now hurry up and make your move before I die of boredom.
Don't rush me, old man. This is just perfect. With that stupid Enforcer out on the field, he can weaken all of my monsters. And if I play any face downs, he'll just sacrifice it again to destroy them. He's really got me in a tight spot here.
You can't fool me, Barack. I bet you're feeling even more pressure right now than Diddy's lawyers. Try all you want, but you know I've got you in checkmate.
If you think this is checkmate, then think again, Joe, because I'm about to teach you how a true master plays this game. I now activate Soul Servant in my graveyard, and by banishing it, I can draw 3 cards from my deck since I have both Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl in my graveyard, as well as my Palladium Oracle Mahad on the field. Nice! This is just what I needed to get rid of that Enforcer once and for all. Next, I'll activate Magician Soul's effect, and by discarding it, I can bring back the Dark Magician in my graveyard. And with 2 Magicians now on the field, I think it's time for me to—
Hold it right there, Obama. If you think I'll just sit on my ass while you finish your combo, you must be dumber than a bimbo with a box of crayons. Because I'll be activating Phoenix Enforcer's effect once again to destroy itself and take your Dark Magician with it. Bet you weren't expecting that, were you?
Actually, I was.
Come again?
I'd love to. I activate Called by the Grave.
Not that card.
That's right, and you know what that means. I can now banish your Phoenix Enforcer from the graveyard and negate its effect, which means you can't bring it back ever again.
Damn it, he got me.
But I'm not done yet, because I'll be treating you to a favorite of mine by activating Magicalized Fusion. And by banishing 5 different Magicians in my graveyard, I can fuse them all together to bring forth my Quintet Magician. And when Quintet Magician is fusion summoned using 5 different spellcasters, his ability lets me destroy every card on your field. You fought valiantly, Joe, but this duel is over. Now finish him off, Quintet Magician, with 5-fold Arcane Barrage.
I don't think so. I activate the Spirit of Neos to negate your attack. And since he was just special summoned, I can also grab a Neos Fusion in my hand.
I should have known you'd pull something like that at the last second. You were always good at keeping yourself alive.
These old bones have still got a few tricks up their sleeves, Barack. Anything else you've got for me?
I'll just leave this little surprise for you here and call it a turn.
I draw. Damn it. What card did he just set face down? He's already used Magic Cylinder, so there's a good chance that he's waiting to spring a Mirror Force on my ass. On the other hand, he might just be bluffing me and hoping I don't call him on it. Well, too bad for you, Barack, because when it comes to calling bullshit, nobody does it better than me. I'm laying all my chips on the table, Barack, so be prepared as I activate the spell Mini Guts. And by sacrificing my Spirit of Neos, this spell can turn your ace monster into a cream puff by reducing its attack point to 0.
Shit!
Don't cry just yet, big dog, because I'm also activating Neos Fusion. And by sending both Rainbow Dragon and Elemental Hero Neos to the graveyard, I can now fusion summon the one and only Rainbow Neos. And with Rainbow Neos' special ability, by sending the top card of my deck to the grave, I can shuffle every card in your graveyard back into your deck.
Are you sure this is the move you want to make, Joe?
I've never been more sure of anything in my life, old friend. Now let's end this. Rainbow Neos. Attack Quintet Magician with Rainbow Radiance.
As expected of you, Joe. You saw right through my bluff.
I've known you long enough to know when you're full of shit, Barack. Since we both know the card's not a Mirror Force, you mind sharing what it is?
I'd be delighted to. I activate the trap. Final Fusion.
You cheeky bastard. You added that card to your deck just for this one duel, didn't you?
You know me well. Now, thanks to this card, we both take damage equal to the combined attack of our fusion monsters. And since my monster has none while yours has 4,500, it looks like this duel ends in a draw. I told you I had a nice surprise waiting for you.
Indeed you did. Well played, buddy. Well played.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The climactic ending of such a fantastic duel between these two incredible duelists ends in a draw. Who could have seen that coming? Am I right, Doctor?
Certainly not me or anyone in the audience, that's for sure. Was that the first duel to end in a draw in this entire tournament?
I believe it was. And it was every bit of engaging as we all thought it'd be. I know I certainly enjoyed it.
Me as well. Although if I had to say one thing, I was definitely surprised at former President Biden's last move. If he had used his Neo's fusion instead of Mini-Guts, he would have been able to use Rainbow Neo's ability to remove Obama's magician by sacrificing his Spirit of Neos. And without a fusion monster on the field, Obama wouldn't have been able to activate Final Fusion, giving Joe the victory.
A fair assessment, Doctor. Care to share your thoughts on that, former President Biden?
Well, to be honest, I had considered that. But I was also worried about what he might have in his graveyard and prioritized removing any tricks he might have there. Besides, I was also convinced that he was bullshitting me with his face down, and I thought that a good old Neo's fusion would have been enough to seal the deal. It turns out I was half right.
I see. And what about you, former President Obama? What did you think about that move?
Knowing Joe as long as I have, I knew he wouldn't resist the bait. He's always been the kind of guy to go big or go home, so I figured that Final Fusion would be my best option to ensure a draw if I couldn't win.
You two know each other so well. I'm rather jealous of how close the two of you are.
Don't be. If you had to deal with this man for as long as I have, you wouldn't be saying that shit.
You know you love me, Barack. You're practically my wife at this point.
Stop embarrassing me on live television.
Never. You hear that, people of America? I love this beautiful man.
Okay, that's it. Bring your wrinkled ass over here.
What a beautiful friendship. I wish I had friends like that.
Don't we all?
Well, that brings our show and our lovely Redeem matches to a close, folks. Thanks for hosting with me again, Doctor. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No problem at all, Jenna. I'll be here whenever you need me. But what about them? How will their prize money be distributed due to the draw?
I believe they'll both receive half of the original payment as per the rules. And as for our audience, thank you so much for joining us for these special Redeem matches. Join us again next time for the thrilling finals match between Donald Trump and Ultron that will determine the winner of our Celebrity World Championship. Take care, everyone. Jenna Starlight out.